Hello, Adita Lang here, and today we're going to talk about the treadmill. So the treadmill is a great cardiovascular exercise that's pretty easy to do. The difference between a treadmill and walking outside is the amount of impact that goes through your joints. The treadmill actually absorbs some of the impacts as opposed to throwing them back into your body, so it becomes a little bit nicer on your joints, and it's a great way of working out and getting cardiovascular conditioning. Now, when you first start a treadmill, you start with your feet on the outside edges so that you allow the machine to start on its own. Now let's get this guy started here, and you'll start to see the band will start moving, and once it starts moving, then that's when you place one foot and the other, so that you can start walking. Now from here, we talk about increasing our resistance. So with that said, we have resistance in two ways. One is we have the speed, and the other is we have the incline. But first, let's talk about our walking technique. So as all machines in the gym, and the way that I always talk about this, it's all about form and technique, and starting off with your posture. So your shoulders are back and down, just like it is when you're in a weight machine. Your chest is uplifted, your rib cage is pulled in. Now what's happening with your feet becomes incredibly important. As you're walking, the foot that goes forward lands on the heel, and then it pushes all the way through your tiptoe as you go back. At the same time as the leg is going back through your tiptoe, you're contracting your glutes before you take the next step forward. So ideally, you try to find a speed that you feel you can control, and all of these mechanical factors are taken into consideration. Once you have that down, now it's about cardio. So in cardio, you have two things. One is called breathy, and the other is breathless. Breathy means that you and I are having a conversation, and there's a slight little hesitation of breath in a couple of words. That's a good thing. That means you're working within your target zone. On the other hand, if you're breathless, you're sitting here and huffing and puffing, and that means you're not bringing in oxygen. So if you're not bringing in oxygen, you're no longer burning fat, and actually you're placing a little bit too much stress on the heart. So we want to get ourselves just before that point. So when you're working on your treadmill, you find that speed that you can control the motion, and then from there you start deciding, okay, let's increase the intensity a little bit. I can do that with the incline. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. The higher the incline, the more inclination you have to hold on for dear life. These bars are here basically just for balance. So to hold on lightly, but not for dear life, because remember that the minute you grab, you actually force blood into that area, which is now taking blood away from the heart and the rest of the body. So these areas are just to hold on lightly for balance. Now from there, you focus on your form and technique. And ideally, your goal is to be able to let go and to move all with your body on its own. Then once you're done, you'll first lower the incline. So we'll go all the way down. And then from there, we're going to start to slow down to a pace that feels like a snail's pace. Bring the feet to the outside and hit stop. And that, my friends, is your treadmill.